Oh, you missed it. Oh, that's too bad. Alright.
Wow, double mirror entity in the opening hand.
GG, ladies and gentlemen. First game goes to... Actually, last time we saw that, we won. You remember that? There was like one game, I was like, well, this game is over. Oh, wait, never mind.
But when you have mad scientist who has no value...
Yeah, it's horrible.
That's like...
It doesn't even kill something here. Like, it just died.
You ping the minibot, and that's it. And then you play Spider Tank next turn. Really
what
awful.
a bad start for a mech mage. What a horrible, horrible start. It's not about to get better either.
StrifeCro might be thinking, oh, maybe he's playing Freeze Mage.
Yeah, because maybe he didn't watch him play earlier. Well...
I guess Spider Tank.
It's not really weak to anything yet.
Only weak to
Muster, but not even.
Abusive Sergeant if he plays one. But I think that will be not the case. It can only die to attack from Master for battle.
Yeah, which makes his like he trades the 2 minions on the board.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see what he does. But
he goes with the Snow Chugger. I'm not sure if they like that.
Actually, I do. I think it's not too bad. It's just that StrifeCro's Muster for battle will neutralize a bit of this. To battle! You know, somebody had a theory about the Silverhand Recruit.
What was the theory?
They only have one arm.
Why?
And you can see on the art, there's only one arm. And when the Quartermaster comes out, he gives them the second one.
But there's a second arm on the art.
Is there?
Yeah, there is.
Okay, well that's not a good theory then. Theory disproven.
I guess so.
It's a horrible theory. Whoever made that theory, I demand that you double check your facts. Oh, what a nice start here from StrifeCro.
That's quite a nice top deck.
Throw Silva champion. Yeah, that's a perfect answer to this. Now the mage again is falling behind. He's got his late game Antonitis, but
that doesn't change much, I would say.
At the moment is
Paladin will build such a strong board.
Yeah, but
what I love
gets anything done
about the interface in Hudson, when there's a bug and the arrow that is like pointing at something is coming out from the
side.
The side.
It's like pointing, so there's something outside of the frame.
Yeah, it looks like someone from the other game, other board is like pointing at you. It's like, play this.
Yeah, you should play the knife juggler. You're like,
it feels like you're playing in a store, like hobby store, and someone playing right beside you. It's like, no, dude, you play that.
And God knows you love those guys.
Yeah, for sure.
You should have played this card. Although we're doing the same thing.
Yeah, I want to say that we are these guys.
we're
those guys, yeah.
We're just the guy like, hey, dude, you should have played this card. It was so much better.
So there's a mirror entity, right, on the board?
Yeah, it is. So I think this is a good time to pop it with Iron Beak Owl.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. You don't know the other mirror entity is...
What about a Knife Juggler? And you keep the owl?
What about...
Knife Juggler into Hero Power? And then you might sacrifice one of the minions?
I think, yeah, you could even sacrifice both if you wanted. Yeah, you're right.
Damn. What about Peacekeeper? Nah,
What's the
you
point?
go with the Hero Power. Better Hero.
Okay. Yeah, I get the tempo plays.
Yeah, but still, this is way better.
Yeah, obviously. He's going to be so far ahead right now. The Blast Mage is going to do some work here. Sjow top decking back-to-back Mech Warper and the Blast Mage. Definitely going to help.
If he kills all the creatures... Well, that was close.
Well, yes and no. I mean...
So you trade and play Sylvanas?
I feel like I kind of want to play... If you I don't even know what I want to do. Actually, all the plays that I make are possibly weak to something, but Sylvanas is the best one.
Yeah, I guess so. Like you trade for the Blast Mage.
Yeah.
So the mage has to sacrifice Frostbolt.
Like, what's the big problem here for Sjow is that he's got no card draw. Well, speaking of the devil, is he's running out of cards. It doesn't matter what cards he gets at this point.
Yep.
Like, he just has none. And the Paladin
problem
has
is-
way too many options.
Now StrifeCro might fall into a trap when he will use the owl for that. For the
And
mirror
then
entity.
Archmage comes out.
Archmage comes down, and if there will be no answer to like a top decked, let's say, Clockwork Gnome, Frostbolt, Fireball, you might be in a pickle.
Yeah, it would be a pickle.
Okay. Well, the mini what is also okay to drop. Well, I guess you dropped the Antonidas, right? Do you?
I don't know.
What do you achieve with?
Shredder? I don't know.
Shredder
The thing is,
against
like,
a Belcher.
every play you make is gonna get punished, I feel. But it's kind of like not playing Blast Mage when you don't have anything else to do.
It feels way worse because it doesn't trade for the
Yeah, exactly.
stage 1 Belcher.
I guess he's gonna go for the Shredder and try to get some
Actually, it's
value
stage
out
2
of it.
Belcher.
Yeah.
Because
Slime.
it gets de-evolutioned after it dies.
I had the theory that it was a Goldshire Footman inside the belly that got melted
It
down.
should
to
have
sl-
been like that.
Yeah.
Like
it
a
just comes-
special edition Belcher, like a promo one, you know?
he spawned the
Footman
Goldshire
inside it,
Footman
yeah.
ready for action.
Follows the rules and you die.
Yeah, that's a really, really strong board from StrifeCro, and Sjow probably
I
doesn't
guess
play any
so.
Flame Strike. I just don't see it. Archmage is dead on board. And, I mean, this is just...
Frostbolt? Nope.
You know, am I
guess,
the only one in positions like these where I just leave the game? I don't know, maybe I'm the only one on ladder. When I end up in games like these, I'm Firebat mode, and I just like Alt F4.
No save.
Yeah, not at all, nothing.
Consecration for 9, not a good draw, but you just drop Harrison Jones and that's
Yeah,
it.
I think Consecration, the cost that it has is not worth it, but you still get a clean board, and the mage has
don't think
probably no answer.
Why would you trade?
What's gonna punish you?
I guess you kill him faster if you just go all phase.
Yeah, but
And then he can't kill the zombie chow.
for 5 health,
Yeah.
in
'Cause
case
now
he
it
has
can be
Flame
killed.
Strike. I mean, what's the worst that happens? Dr. Boom, right? That's like the absolute worst. Dr. Boom comes out with perfect boom bots.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, that's the only thing that could really punish you. When a mech mage plays Archmage like this...
Oh, look at that!
That's convenient. Actually, do you even have to?
I don't
do.
think you have to.
Yeah. It's just kind of an option, right? It's a nice option to have.
It's nice to have.
Yeah.
Quartermaster, that's good draw for next turn.
Yeah, it's gonna give the Silverhand recruits a second arm.
And a leg.
That's pretty awesome.
And hero power. That's quite a lot of damage next turn.
Yeah, Quartermaster is gonna win the game. Like, it's kind of interesting when you look at the way Paladin used to work, where this hero power was mostly only relevant against Priest and a Warrior, and now it works against everything.
No, that's true.
Like, you don't have those... and Sjow just fireballing his own face, doing the honorable pseudo-coup. Very, very nicely done by Sjow here.
Oh, StrifeCro with a smile. Adorable.
I don't think this guy's got a bad bone in his body. Like, I've never seen him... I've seen him run into the worst possible RNG. He's just like, oh. And that's it. Like, just that's it. Oh. He's like, okay, I guess. And he just like moves on, no problem at all.
Kind
And-
of similar to Life Coach.
Yeah, they just laugh it off.
Yeah.
I've seen life coach get mad, not mad, but like really angry once at some.
What happened?
I don't even remember, but I was really surprised. It was the first time I'd seen him like a bit on tilt in front of a situation. But
Okay.
it never happened again, so I guess it was a one-off thing. So that being said, StrifeCro getting the win with his Paladin, locking the game. He's got Warrior, Warlock, and Hunter left against the entire lineup of Sjow. Warrior's going to be playing next up against Sjow's Mage again, who's going to be trying with Mech. And I think this gives a bit of an edge to...
To StrifeCro.
yeah, StrifeCro's got an edge with this
Yeah.
one.
Unless he whiffs on the rolls with weapons. I mean, without weapons.
Yeah, if he doesn't get any weapons, if good Snow Chugger comes out and there's no execute or weapons to deal with it, then that could just be an instant blowout. But it's
that's
usually easier. And even if you do get blown out, if you stabilize somehow with like frauding, you trade here and there a cruel task for the minions, the moment you get one turn with a Grim Patron, you're good.
Yep.
One turn with Grim
Yep.
Patron against Mech Mage, you're usually going to get carried by it.
Especially when there's an example, a Cogmaster on board,
Mm-hmm.
and you have the way to kill other mechs,
Yeah.
and then your patron can trade for the Cogmaster, you create new
Yeah,
patron,
you have an
charge,
Autotrons, you got
so-
Cogmasters, you got 2-attack mech warpers, you got like a lot of outs to just create new patrons, which makes the whole thing, pretty interesting to look at. But again, no weapons, same thing as Zoo. You just get
Because-
you're the little dwarf in the Moria.
When you think about Mech Mage, it's just the same deck as Zoo with
Ex-
different cards.
Yeah, and since Zoo came back, Mech Mage went out.
Yeah, because it's Zoo is just better at what it does.
Yeah, and interestingly enough, Mech Mage was the placeholder until Imp Gang Boss came up, and then Zoo said, well, you know what, now I guess I'm good, and Mech Mage got pushed out. Mech Mage was also very good against Druid, but Zoo is also as good. The
Yes,
difference is that Zoo is better
exactly.
against Mech Mage as well,
Yeah,
so it does
that's
make
true.
it a bit better. So we're going to be moving on to the game very shortly. In the meantime, again, if you want to vote for your favorite faction, Alliance or Horde, hashtag KPL Alliance or hashtag KPL Horde. Again, the two players in the finals.
This is
the
Alliance battle again.
This is the Alliance battle. If either of those players got to the finals, we had a faction fight.
Yeah,
But now we're going to get
unfortunately,
like
that
a
didn't happen.
faction kill
Yeah.
at the top. But
Yeah, that's true. Well, so we have two Alliance at top 4 and two Horde at top 2.
yeah, that's sounds like
Clearly, Horde is better.
I think if this is not a good reflection of WoW PvP, because I can tell you right now, there's no one from the Horde at the top right now. No one.
Really?
Yeah. You don't understand how imbalanced it is. You have no clue. It's not
What
even
happened there?
humans. That's what happened. But it's a long
humans?
story.
They have like a passive?
Yeah, they have a racial ability that's just beyond broken.
What it does?
It's like a PvP tool that everybody else has to buy, but for them it's an item, and humans get it for free.
Okay.
Yeah, it's broken.
Okay, so I guess it's like
So
a...
humans master race is all I'm saying. Which means Alliance is better, except in Hearthstone where that doesn't seem to hold true.
You know what I miss in Hearthstone? When we were playing World of Warcraft TCG,
Yeah.
we had a clear fraction
Yeah, for each
diversity.
character, right?
Like,
Yeah.
you could have played Alliance or Horde. Then we also got Demons, like a faction.
Yeah.
And also we had Scryer and Aldor,
Aldor as well.
as an addition to your main faction.
So you could get like subtypes
Yeah,
of creatures
exactly.
within the
But
faction.
still,
themselves.
your main difference between decks was a hero from Alliance, hero from Horde, or hero from Demons, and it was really cool because some people were playing on the Alliance, some people were playing on the Horde,
yeah.
and I kind of miss that in the Hearthstone.
Maybe one day we'll get something along those lines. I wouldn't be surprised it's on the radar of the devs at some point. to
Not
build
really,
the-
because you already have neutrals like gnomes in a Warlock character deck.
Yeah, but maybe different heroes that represent different factions.
Well, maybe, yeah.
Like you
Maybe.
get an undead priest. That would be my call. Or an alliance warlock. Like a gnome warlock would be pretty cool to play.
Yeah.
Alright, so into the game here we have the mid-range Zoo from StrifeCro versus the Mech Mage from Sjow, I think. Wait, didn't StrifeCro supposed to be a warrior?
I guess so, but I think that was a mistake.
Mistake! Well, he doesn't play Traxxas. Or does he?
Maybe.
We saw Mal'Ganis, but I'm not sure about Traxxas.
Implosion. I still remember when people were saying like Mal'Ganis, awful.
Yeah, unplayable card, and then
Yeah.
suddenly everybody played it.
Yeah.
It was,
I have seen the same reaction about Void Color. I was like, wow, this card is broken.
Whoa, this card is crazy.
Yeah, I said it like with next expansions, this will snowball out of control.
Yeah.
And people were like,
You have no good demons. Yeah, just you wait.
yeah.
Just you wait.
Just wait
one
for next
expansion.
expansions.
Oh man, Sjow is not liking this board at all. That Nerubian is not nice.
So you go for the trade? I guess it's awful.
I don't think you can afford it. You have
Yeah,
to
it's
punch
awful
face
because
and let him make
Zoo has so many drops that he can just, throw into the mirror entity without any kind of
it. Drawback, yeah.
drawback, yeah.
And now the Void Caller is being even more annoying.
You have two Doomguards now.
Yeah. And none of them is going to trigger a mirror entity if it does get popped.
Yeah, that's also true. Very important.
Which gives the Warlock player a lot of, attack and health to deal with, or to manage with, without having to play into anything unless he top decks something he's happy to throw away.
So I guess you attack with the Void Color to the Chugga Chugga.
Or do you just implode it? What do you prefer?
I guess I would play...
I would implode
Yeah, I would
the
implode
2/3,
him.
I think. Or do you not take the risk? It's just a matter of whether or not you want to use your Void Caller
Well,
next turn again.
you can do it like this. You implosion the Mad Scientist, you play Abusive Sergeant, kill the mech, and give him the Abusive Sergeant. What do you think about that?
Oh, to kill your Void Caller and get a demon out?
Yeah.
So you buff the enemy's mech to get a Doom Guard. You know what? That would have been a great play.
Right?
I think that would have actually been a great play because he would have given his opponent an Abusive, which is a nothing.
Yeah.
And he would have also gotten a Doom Guard out. You know what?
And you
I
have
really
Doom
like
Guard
this.
with 5 attack immediately.
Yeah. No, I really do like that line of play. Maybe he wasn't really interested in trading
Well, now
the
he
minion
gets the
preemptively.
trade for the Palette Shredder, and he will get it out eventually out too.
What he's getting effectively is a better trade.
Yeah.
Like he's getting more value out of it that he might not have wanted to throw away last turn. Oh, wow.
Wow. Yeah. Well, that will eat a 2 imps.
Yeah. Or one
Why one?
with the direwolf.
Yeah, right. There's a direwolf. Never mind.
Not a lot of food for Millhouse here. Just the one imp. What a sad day for
And you
poor
play
Noah.
the Haunted Creepers on the left, right?
Yep, I think so. Makes a lot of sense.
Yep.
And Sjow is so far behind right now.
I think there's no way.
Well,
he
never
can
mind.
come
We
back.
kinda
Okay,
lied.
now he has a.
But the
Blast
thing is, he
Mage.
gets the second Doctor Boom, which is a big deal. Like, it's really a big deal when the opponent gets the initiative on it.
That's true.
So the fact that StrifeCro can play his Doctor Boom here, no thinking involved, is really
and
difficult.
he trades for the whole board.
Yeah,
and he
doesn't
will
even
still
lose.
keep his Doom Guard on board if Sjow wants to play his own Dr. Boom, and that's game basically, right? Because that's 7, 15, 15, 17, 18,
With Doom
19.
Guard. Good game.
Most likely GG.
Wow, this deck for Sjow has not worked against StrifeCro yet.
I feel like Mech Mage is really weak in the current metagame.
I think Mecha Mage is not good right now. As I said earlier, it's gone. It's not completely gone, but what I see of it doesn't impress me. I feel like you might as well just play the Warrior.
Or the Tempo Mage.
Tempo Mage is better even at the
Yeah.
moment, even though it's not amazing because it can be countered easily if you're playing the wrong secrets. Yeah, I do like Tempo.
Why you're saying wrong secrets and you're looking at me. Like, I
no.
love Spellbender.
You love Spellbender and Counterspell, but that's great. I mean, I love those cards. I just play them all the time. They just don't always work the way I'd like them to in the aggro decks.
So I guess you go face with everything.
I mean, it looks like an SM orc board to me. But
7, 9, 10, 12, 14, 20 damage. You can go for maybe a lethal with double bombs to the face for 7.
if that works, oh, well, maybe this will change things a bit. Let's see.
Bam.
Well,
That's
that's the
free.
first step.
Yeah.
Oh my god, if this works.
No!
No! Oh, actually, yes.
Why?
No, not yes.
He just throw 2 damage off.
It was obviously much better to go for that, one chance.
Yeah, that was flashing.
Yeah, at this point, you can probably afford doing it. I feel like some Hearthstone games come down to who can BM the best. And now I don't think there's anything that can bring Sjow back besides Flame Strike. And even that's nothing.
Flame Strike
It doesn't
deals
do
like
anything.
4 damage to the Dr. Boom and gets out a Doom Guard.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great deal, bro. You get a discount on Doom Guard. for
Yeah,
your
no
opponent.
discard and just play the minion. So Warlock is gonna win here from StrifeCro over Sjow's Mage. Mage is just not working for Sjow right now.
Yeah, it's
Like,
not working at all. So I guess now it will be met with Warrior.
Which is interesting because earlier the way Sjow won against Life Coach's Warrior was a big misplay on
Yeah.
Life Coach's part. So I'm starting to wonder if the game had been played out, would this mage have also been a weak spot for
I
Sjow?
think it would have been a weak spot because it's weak also to handlock.
Right.
It's weak
Yeah.
to face hunter, I guess. Kinda.
Yeah, I guess it does have. It doesn't have like a super lopsided matchup.
Yeah,
It
it's
can
a-
be like
well,
it's
maybe not
55,
weak,
45
so-
either
yeah,
way,
yeah.
maybe depending on how the decks are built. But yeah.
Yeah. So, and Sjow is sticking to the mage.
I mean, he has to win with it eventually in
Yeah, I
Conquest
know.
format, so there's a good argument to be made for it, and StrifeCro is going to go for his Hunter deck, so we'll see if that Hunter is also going to be able to deal with
I think
the mage.
we didn't see StrifeCro's Face Hunter yet.
We didn't see any Hunter from him, but I don't know if he plays a lot of Face Hunter.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't pin him as a player who does play that, but if it's the best meta call, then there's no reason not to.
Yep.
I mean, these players just play whatever's best a lot of the time.
Yeah, StrifeCro is known for playing also constructive deck. I would say he's good at tinkering new decks.
Taking a deck, modifying it to where it fits what he wants it to do.
He's a creator of decks too. Like when you think about the Grinder Mage.
Grinder Mage is his best creation, but sadly it doesn't. It's always like short of being highly competitive. It's always so close to getting it done, and it's still one of his favorite decks, despite the fact that it's a little inconsistent at times.
True.
All right, so StrifeCro's hand.
It is a mid-range hunter.
With Belchers, I think that sells it. Even like a lot of mid-range don't even run Belchers
With Freezing
anymore.
Trap, I would say.
Yeah.
I saw some people play Face Hunter with Freezing Trap. I strongly disagree with that.
Frezar and Kaldi, I believe.
Yeah, I think that's
Fnatic
awful.
had a lot of those, if I recall, but I may just be mistaking the players. But I remember in KPL we had a few of those.
Yeah, it's really like counterproductive of what you can do with your deck.
It's like your game plan is not that,
Yeah.
and you're going for it. StrifeCro's hand is gorgeous.
Do you like that? Coining out the Hunter Creeper in turn 1?
I only like it because I have a juggler and I can handle any 2-drop.
I don't know, man. It's like
You're not
most of the
convinced?
situations I want to keep the
Web spinner?
coin for Handmaster on turn 3.
The thing is, Web Spinner is mandatory for Mirror Entity.
Oh yeah.
That's the reason he kept it. Now he draws the second one, so it's meaningless. But I think it's like if you don't have that
That's
Web
a
Spinner,
very good
it's
point.
gonna be so problematic to handle it.
That's a very good point. I agree.
All right, StrifeCro putting down the creepers.
So he goes down with 2 mechs now. And
Okay, those juggles, they
well,
don't
you,
be good.
You put out the Nav Juggler, then you kill the Mad Scientist, right?
Yeah, and then you give him the Web Spinner. Might
Yes.
as well. I think that's definitely the order you have to do this in. StrifeCro's hand is pretty much the perfect hand to deal with a mech deck, like a mech mage as a mid-range hunter.
Because he has the second Web Spinner for turn 5
Yeah,
with Handmaster.
With Handmaster, exactly.
Yeah.
So I don't think it gets much better here.
He goes for the Mech Warper. So he wants to deny, like he wants to kill both mechs to deny the
Blast Mage?
Blast Mage, but that's really risky. Like
It
killing
doesn't
2,
guarantee. It's
have-
not guaranteed to work
Wait,
at all.
there's no way you can deal 6 damage.
No, I don't. I'm surprised that he made that play. But he doesn't want to give the secret out, and those knives are horrible. Worst knife juggler in North America.
He clearly doesn't know how to play the deck.
Clearly,
Clearly.
StrifeCro has
Clearly.
no idea what he's doing, right?
No idea.
I mean, it's pretty
At all.
obvious. That knife juggler is just missing all the targets.
Yep.
I mean, get good, mate.
But he doesn't kill the Web Spinner, which is really important.
Yeah.
Because
That
now,
Master is good.
no, you can't play the Handmaster because there's Mirror Entity.
You have to play another Web Spinner with your juggler, I guess.
That kind of sucks.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I'm not juggling first here. After what the last one did to me, I'm not trusting it again.
Maybe you sacrifice first the Web Spinner?
To see if you can find... What beast would be amazing here?
Kodo for next turn.
Yeah. King of Beasts would be bad. It's always bad. Like, there's one game we saw where Sjow got a King of Beasts.
Like with 8 attack, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that was a really impressive moment. It died, the BGH, but it was... it was an impressive moment. Oh!
That doesn't really do much.
Yeah. I saw an orange thing on the card. It's probably a good card. Oh wait, it's Gazrilla. Oh man, whenever you see a legendary, you're super excited. Then you think about what it is, and
It's like,
you remember. He'll be dead by the time he gets it out.
Look at that, Corehound. Neat!
So useless. Oh man.
I saw that once in a competitive tournament, like in a deck.
A guy. Oh yes, I remember. There was the one guy with like a lot of basics in this deck,
Yeah,
no?
DreamHack Bucharest, the first
that was
one.
the one.
He was playing against StrifeCro.
Yes.
That was Gypsy.
I was like the hero of the day.
Yeah.
The guy
He
was a
definitely
hero.
won the hearts of the audience.
Definitely. And I think he tried to explain afterwards. He's like, I don't really know how to play the game. I just got the game and I'm enjoying
yeah.
it, and it was really fun to watch.
It is. And StrifeCro was like,
We need
what
to
the
play
hell?
Bronze League heroes. Like, we need the equivalent of Bronze League heroes for Hearthstone.
Okay.
Like, which is like, it was a series by Husky StarCraft who had all the people in the worst league of StarCraft.
Yeah.
And they just have recordings of the games, and he commentates them.
Really?
And it's like, is the most awesome thing to look at. We need to have that for Hearthstone, I think. That would just be the best. All right, back to the game, though.
So I guess now you use Huntmaster.
There's another rare entity, though.
Oh, yeah, really?
Yeah, it doesn't
Okay.
get better. It doesn't get better anytime.
Okay, now that sucks.
Although,
So
does it suck, really, if you Houndmaster? I think it's still fine, because you trade with the Noatron, and then he has to trade into it, and you have Unleash.
Secret!
Not so secret.
Maybe it's not that bad, as you said.
Yeah, I don't think it's that terrible in this board.
Wow,
weirdly
that
enough.
core hound will see some action.
Yeah, I don't know how much.
Well,
but
maybe not.
not after this.
Wait. Maybe
It's
it
curving
will.
perfectly.
Maybe actually it will, because
Yeah,
you
it's a
have
ghetto Dr. Boom.
Yeah, you have a tin 7 into tin 8 Yeti Best Mage.
Dude, this is just a crazy turn. Corehound is so sick. I mean, how do you even beat it?
Hunter's Mark.
Nobody plays that anymore.
I think they do. So I guess you play hunt.
But like, you can't Hunter's Mark the face, so how does that work?
I have no idea. It's like
Okay.
too tough for me as a face hunter player.
I tried, man. I really did try. I
Uh,
can't play Hunter decks.
Unleash the Hounds. You trade for the Azure Drake and the 4/1, and you go with 2 to the face, with 1 to the face,
Yeah.
and play the Young Basilisk. Right, that's the name.
The Young Dragon Hawk.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Young Basilisk. Aims to kill the opponent if you touch him.
No, it's with the side. You know, he kills
Yeah.
with the side.
Yeah. So it's like an Emperor Cobra, but for face.
Yeah.
It's like a 5 It's a 5-mana 1/1. You can only you can only play it with Warsong Commander. But it's a hunter card, so you can't use it at all.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
Thunder
look
Rhino.
at that. Do you think he will play the Car Hunt?
I think it's so good. Man.
Oh, that's so sweet, bro. Damn.
Wow, big plays. And
I
instead
feel
the
like in
beast was
Harry
bad.
Potter. So I guess you have to play Belcher
Oh my
now.
god. Yeah, you have no choice.
Great turn.
Yeah, this is just a sick turn for StrifeCro. And he can even play Gazrilla next turn. Like,
Wow.
this is looking good for StrifeCro.
What?
Like, Gazrilla comes down next turn.
Okay, you're trolling me. Okay.
This is the best time of the day. When Lothar's casted for long enough that he's like, well,
Well,
is
it's
it?
what time is it?
Like 2 a.m.
a.m.
Yeah, it's almost 2 a.m. here.
Yeah.
Local time, Poland. Sleepy cast, best cast.
I think that's the end of the game.
Not yet.
How do you deal?
He didn't even play Gazrilla. I would have played it to give false information to my opponent. So when he plays me next, he thinks I play Gazrilla.
Sure, bro.
No?
Everyone knows that Midran Hunter plays Gazrilla. And Pyromancers and Acolytes of Pain.
Yeah, with Hunter's Mark and Wild Pyro.
Yeah, of course.
Instant kill. Any minion.
Bang. And Tundra Rhino for the instant charge.
Of course. You have to play Culpet. 2 Culpets. with Tundra Rhino, Gazrilla, Savannah Hymains, and King Crush.
Hmm.
I mean...
No, you play Mage with Unstable Portals for Gazrilla and Tundra Rhino.
Sorry for what?
And then you ping.
Yeah, you just
Gazrilla.
ping it and then you win the game.
Damn.
Rest in peace, mate.
Yeah.
So Hunter's gonna fall down to Mage. So at least that's one game that Sjow's gonna be able to take. He still has to equalize 2-2 before he can go, at least 4-2. But now the Mage is locked, so that's one good win for Sjow. He doesn't have to go back to that. He's gonna be picking up his Hunter next against the Warrior from StrifeCro. And his face Hunter, which means Warrior is typically favored in that matchup.
Typically.
Yeah.
But the Grim Patron, I say, is less favored than Counter Warrior.
Yeah.
Well,
It really depends though, because the whirlwinds really make a huge difference. I find.
Double whirlwinds, yeah,
Yeah, it really
they might make a difference, but when you play Face Hunter against Counter Warrior, it's like, oh, I guess I lose, right?
Yeah.
Most of the time.
You just
And-
it feels like a not a loss.
Yeah, and when you play against Grim Patron, it's like, okay, I can win.
But frothing.
It's
Yeah,
still,
it's the
when
one
I play
thing
Face
that-
Hunter against
yeah.
Grim Patron, I still like feel it's not so lopsided as it is against Control Warrior. So I guess the matchup is not that bad, at least in my eyes.
Yeah, I think you make a good point there, because Control Warrior is tailored around, like, especially with the advent of Shield Maiden that came out. Like, Shield Maiden with GVG really made that matchup a lot easier, where it used to be the case that Warriors had to run Unstable Ghoul to stop that kind of aggression. And now that's not the case anymore. Shield Maiden really allows them to, free up that small curve and get decent
Yeah.
beat down in the mid game.
But it's also important that Shield Maiden kind of allow you as a warrior player to get more value out of Alexstrasza.
Right.
Because it adds
Yeah.
armor, so you're
Not
getting
health.
lower for the Alexstrasza to have a bigger effect.
Yeah.
And then you play Shields Maiden and you're just like, yeah, whatever, dude.
Yeah, you solidify your health count even
Yeah.
above what it should
Yeah.
be normally. All right, we're getting to the game as I'm speaking. Effectively, it's going to be a Face Hunter versus Warrior. I don't know. I mean, we saw Life Coach play against Sjow just
Yeah.
a moment ago, playing
Yeah.
the exact same matchup, and Sjow made a really sick call a call that was really bad for him in that specific case when he kill commanded the frothing.
Yeah, that's true. We'll see how it goes with this matchup. Like, maybe he changes his mind about how to approach this matchup. Like, yeah, go face.
Yeah, just punch face and
Punch
let the
face
Warrior
and
figure it out.
Be mana efficient about your damage.
Weave in as many hero powers as you
Yeah.
can. Like, if the hero power is the clock.
This warrior has a limited amount of armor gain, and this is the key to victory as a face hunter, because you know that his only outs when it comes to armor gains are armor smiths.
Right.
So if he doesn't get those armor smiths, it's basically the same as you play against a priest.
Yeah, because they don't have it will never go above 30.
Yeah.
That's it. And it's really interesting to look at the dynamic of that, because Warrior is usually dominant because of the fact that they have 2 shield blocks, 2 shield maidens, and they're trying to set up the
And
perfect
shield
armor
slams.
smith. Yeah.
Shields
As
are
well.
like insane. It's like, what's the warlock spell?
That deals damage to 1 minion?
Drain life.
Drain life, yeah.
It's the same.
Yeah. You drain, like, you armor up for 2, you kill, like, an arcane golem. It's the same thing.
Yeah,
That
you
effect.
gain 2, deal 2.
Pay
for
3
free
mana. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's more flexible than Drain Life anyway.
Later, yeah, for bigger minions, it also works.
With Shield Block and Shields Maiden.
Exactly.
So it's like a better Drain Life. Look at that, no hands. Did you see that? The trick that StrifeCro showed us?
No.
Like he was hovering the card, right? And his both hands were on his head. And he was like, look mom, no hands.
You're creeping me out, Lothar. Magic Amy confirmed.
Misha is not bad. It's like
Yeah, it's not too bad because it gets a guaranteed 4, but it could have gotten 8.
it's
if
better
tougher.
than Leok.
Yeah, it is.
2 weapons, that's also not bad. You know that you will have a steady amount of damage coming out.
The Grim Patron could come out next turn. Do you
yeah,
ever
that's
play
true.
it then or not? I kind of want to.
To play what?
The Grim Patron next turn.
Um,
Or am I just mistaken? It just feels like such... Oh, maybe Warsong with Ghoul. Nah.
Warsong Commander Ghoul into the 1/1.
Yeah.
And you keep the weapon.
And
I
then you
guess that's
Warsong and
yeah.
you play Grim Patron and just go completely crazy.
Yeah, I think that's the play.
Yeah, the Ghoul really changed the line of play that I would have taken this turn. Instead of saturating the mana on the 1 Grim Patron, you're going to do it on 2 minions, and you're going to get an even better board. Well, I mean,
I guess Grim Patron itself is not so bad.
it's pretty good, yeah, but I think the Ghoul really
But
changed
it's too
this.
weak to Explosive Trap.
On its own, unless you AoE it after, yeah. You'd have to trigger like a whirlwind on its own first,
Yeah,
and then get
yeah.
a fresh...
I guess that's the best way. So you kill the Ghoul now, and then you explosive trap. But it's so
Oh man, it's so terrible. If there's a Grim Patron lurking around, although they're not gonna get charged. Only one of them will.
No. You attack. Wait, how is the trigger then?
The
Like
what?
you can trigger the explosive trap while you have the Grim Patron out and still a Warzone commander alive.
Yeah, because you trigger it with the ghoul, unless the hunter kills it off. So
No, you trigger it with the weapon
yeah.
or the ghoul. Yeah, that doesn't.
But it
difference.
does. It's going to attack, deal damage to the war song anyway. What's the big problem here? But wow, okay.
So in this situation,
Well, good game. Rip. Rest in peace, Sjow.
why? Please elaborate.
Grim Patron.
It only spawns.
Well, it's not lethal. It's just
Okay.
Stupid
you're
damage.
confusing me. So I guess.
Leok
if you attack,
Unleash
if you attack with the Grim Patron into the trap,
Ghoul
you-
triggers.
the goal triggers, it kills the Warzone commander, it probably gives the charge to the next minion.
Yeah.
So I guess it's really weird. Like this is the first time I see this interaction.
Situation.
So, yeah.
Well, you'll get the charge on if it triggers from explosive trap and the AOE from the ghoul. You're supposed to get one charge on one of the Grim Patrons, but there's like 5 of them that are gonna spawn out of your weapon and everything else.
yeah, I
He's
think Emperor
gonna
is
go
way
for the
better.
Emperor play. All right.
You have a 0 mana execute, 1 mana battle rage. I think that's fine.
Yeah, for card draw replenishment, it definitely makes sense, and you can also counterpoint the hero power. of
You
the
want to
hunter.
draw the Floating Berserker now in this situation to give it charge.
Yeah,
That's
just
it.
give it charge and forget about it.
Yeah.
I guess that makes a lot of sense. He's gonna ask to start weaving in his hero power soon.
I don't like the weapon now. He just used the weapon.
I don't agree, but
So it's better to use Arcane Golem, Phase, Leper Gnome, Hero Power.
yeah, for mana saturation, and then you guaranteed damage output. But he wants to get the extra charge, but I don't know about that.
I really dislike
I don't
it.
even know if he'll have time to get the extra
Yeah,
charge played.
It's like, it doesn't really matter if you have 2 or 3 durability. There's no more than 3 turns to win. There's like 2 turns to get to the game to be decided. Right?
Yeah, no, I
I'm
think you're
wrong.
right. No, I think you're right on this point.
Battle Rage
Definitely.
first now. 1 mana, 3 cards, I think that's okay.
You don't wait for Grim Patron.
Well, does it make a difference? You have a 4 mana Grim Patron, right?
Yeah, you could draw. Yeah, you could draw like infinite cards anyway.
Acolyte of Pain doesn't do much. Whirlwind doesn't do much.
With
Execute
frauding,
doesn't
it
do
would be
much.
nice, but not.
He
yet.
wanted the Armor Smith or frauding.
Just
None are
snowball
to be
the amount
seen.
of damage income he's taking and make something of it. So now it feels almost like a bit of a waste, but without being a waste.
The problem is the Unleash the Hounds might trigger a lot.
Yeah, but he's gonna get. That's the big issue he's running into. Is if all the Grim Patrons are on 1, that could be a problem.
Get in here!
Now, usually he should be giving charge to the other Grim
Well, let's
Patron.
see what happens. Yeah, it does have
Both of
charge.
them will have charge usually. Did one of them disappear? No, the other one died, that's right.
It died. So I guess you don't use the weapon right now.
Well, it's that game. Arcane Golem 4, 5, 6, 7.
Arcane Golem hunted and Unleash the Hounds.
Really close, but not quite.
4, 7, 10,
One off.
1 off.
And
Do you die next turn? I don't think
he
so.
might, depending on what StrifeCro top decks. So frauding, no charge, wouldn't do it.
He needs the second Warzone commander.
Yeah, now my question is, does Sjow trade? I don't think he does. He's thinking about trading. He's thinking about it.
Okay. Well, he has lethal next turn, most likely.
Yeah, no matter what. If he trades, it's the safer play.
What if StrifeCro draws Armor Smith? Then he wins, basically.
Here, I think that would be something of a win, yeah. Oh,
Doesn't enrage. No. So you
No
have to
charge.
drop Acolyte of Pain.
yeah. And then a whirlwind. No, inner rage first.
Inner Rage first.
Yeah. Does Acolyte? Yeah, I was gonna ask. Is Acolyte better than Gnomish?
I would say it is.
Yeah, because you get more cards.
Yes. Now you have to drop the Acolyte anyway.
Yeah.
Speak to me.
All right. Surprised. Thought you would play
I actually
Whirlwind
dislike
first.
the...
He's going. He's waiting for the perfect.
This is why I would do the Inner Rage first.
Yeah. No, I agree.
This is so much armor that you didn't get.
Well, he found what he wanted at least. That's a happy pickup by StrifeCro. He's gonna be able to kill off. Well, get himself a bit of armor, I guess. Over 9,000.
Yeah, but still he would have like twice the amount if he would Inner Rage first.
Yeah.
Everyone, get in here.
This Whirlwind. This should be what seals the game, right?
I guess so.
If the game is won, it's gonna be on the back of this. Because the Leok dies.
It dies to a 0-mana execute, and
Yeah.
then he armor ups.
So even with...
Wait, why are you trading? To get one armor? Yeah, I guess that's the plan.
No, you have to do it just because if Unleash hits...
No, there's an execute for 0.
Oh, he could have played it, yeah.
Yeah, but he gets one armor from that, so I guess
So
that's
1,
fine.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And he wins anyway next turn.
9, 11... Actually, kill command would be lethal. I think he would
3,
be close
6,
to it.
9,
Yeah.
14,
9,
16.
11.
Yeah, that's lethal.
If he had kill command, this would be game.
Interesting.
And as it is, I think he's going to be one
Now he
off.
is one of lethal.
That last trade, instead of execute.
Yeah.
That last trade instead of executing.
Yeah.
Wow. What? What? StrifeCro,
true.
you're a sick human.
That was crucial.
Yeah,
That-
I don't even understand.
The trade just won him the game. But on the other hand, the Inner Rage might have
Cost him, yeah,
Yeah.
if it didn't work out, I guess. StrifeCro is a sick player. And Show's gonna have to try. But then how much armor do you give? As much as you took away?
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, you're just giving him more Grim Patrons and armor.
There's no way you can win this game anymore.
Yeah, even if everyone
3,
gets in
6,
here, it's
9,
pretty
10,
much over.
12. Well, you can kill the Armor Smith and just go face with everything.
That is the only way you're gonna be able to have that damage stick around.
Otherwise, you just instantly lose.
Yeah. He's gonna have to trade into one of the Green Patrons and just punch face. Did all the hounds go through? Or did two
I'm
of them
not
miss?
sure. There are 2 from the left that didn't attack, right?
Alright, there they go. Oh, one of them didn't.
I'm not sure. It's too late.
Yeah, I think I missed out on what happened there. Now Grom
Grom and
coming out.
what?
Oh, I don't think he's got a way to enrage it.
4,
But
6,
he's just
9,
lethal with the
12,
weapon.
13.
Yeah, weapon is.
Yeah, without weapon even.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's 3-1 for StrifeCro.
That's almost a match for him. So his Green Patron Warrior winning against Hunter is no real surprise. I mean, I'm not really surprised by the outcome. He's got a Hunter deck of his own left that he lost with against the Mage from Sjow.
Yes,
So that's the
true.
last deck he has to win with. And Hunter, as we've seen, is fairly weak against Grim Patron, which Sjow still has, but it may be better if it's mid-range. Because the mid-range Hunter from StrifeCro may be better than Face Hunter.
But I would actually prefer a Face Hunter against
Grim Patron?
Grim Patron, yeah. I feel it's like the mid-range Hunter is too slow.
To
Way-
actually
way
put
too
pressure
slow.
on.
Put
Okay,
the
so
put
Savannah
pressure.
Hymen may be good against Control, but maybe not as good against Grim
against
Patron.
Grim Patron, because even there will be like a execute and Grim Patron on Savannah, right?
Yeah.
Then you're putting 2/2s on board. And those can be
Those
traded
tattoos
for...
can trade with Grim Patrons
Yeah,
that just
yeah.
spawn even more damage. This is actually a really interesting dynamic, because the fact that Face Hunter is better against Grim Patron, yet not, amazing, but it's still better than mid-range. Like, the Grim Patron deck for Warrior really flips upside down all I know about matchups. In a way, because it feels like the weaknesses of Control Warrior aren't the same for Grim Patron and the other way around.
I feel like the mid-range Hunter against Grim Patron wins if he gets a sick Huntmaster and double Belchers.
So if he gets like a really good Haunted Creeper with Houndmaster,
Yeah, Haunted
then
Creeper is the best,
yeah,
actually.
that's
It's the best
outcome.
target for the Huntmaster in this matchup, I would say.
Interesting. I have to actually look into it because this is one of the matchups. Mid-range Hunter and Grim Patron don't seem to be in the same meta. Like I haven't seen much mid-range Hunter since for a while now. It's coming back more so than Face, but I'd have to say it's not one of the top decks that I've experienced at the moment. So
True.
maybe
Yeah, totally agree about that.
I have to watch tournaments to keep up.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah, Grim Patron is everywhere as well, so you can't really miss it. Like initially, I was afraid that we wouldn't see much of it. Now I'm like, where is anybody ever gonna stop playing the deck?
You're like, you open the closet, Green Patron. You open your toilet, Green Patron is actually, sitting there.
Yeah, it's just a surprise. Everything you do is a Grim Patron coming out. This would be a good ad for TV. Like this is a perfect Hearthstone TV ad.
Production, do you hear that?
Yeah.
You have to make that ad.
Yeah.
Grim Patron everywhere.
Yeah, you just everywhere you go, try to open your cereal box. There's a Grim Patron coming out.
It's like with the cheers playing out. It's like,
Everyone, get in here. That would just be the craziest ad.
Then you take a spoonful of the cheers, and there's like a Grim Patron in it.
In the middle, there's no way you can get away from it.
You're in the store, you want to pay for your stuff, and you like open the wallet. There's Grim Patron in it.
Yeah, I mean this has to be the best one. Now the next match is gonna be Hunter versus Hunter. Sjow is gonna go for Face, and I think, as we said earlier, this is the best. Face Hunter versus mid range, almost always a steamroll for the Face Hunter. So Sjow should be able to take this one.
By the way, exclamation mark
packs. To get packs. Yeah, we're giving away packs on the stream. So type in exclamation mark packs, you'll get a chance to get some of the possible 500 that are being given away, and I think more may be added if the 500 are all exhausted.
I guess they're all exhausted already. Like,
Probably,
why wouldn't be?
yeah.
Right?
Why wouldn't they be?
Yeah.
I'm sure there's more than 500 of you in the chat, and if there's not, then raise your kappas.
Kappa, there's a Leper Gnome, turn 1.
Alright, so Sjow does get the Leper Gnome start.
But
much
there's a
the
Hunted
best
Creeper
one.
to contestate it.
Yeah.
So it's not so bad.
Now, so far, I'd say, like, if Sjow were on the coin with a double Leper Gnome, then it's almost unwinnable sometimes.
It doesn't look bad.
That abusive, though.
The abusive, like, it kind of acts like the same as the
Hero
second
power.
Leper Gnome.
Yeah. It'll deal 2 and then another 2.
But there's a Handmaster.
So StrifeCro does have a pretty good hand. The double creeper
Snake
against...
Trap. Wait, Sjow was playing double Snake Trap, right? Instead of Freezing Traps.
No, that was... what's his name? Hyped was playing that earlier.
You sure of that?
Yeah. Oh man, that Snake Trap is actually going to be a huge issue. Because now the Leper Gnome can't be popped. It might turn into...
It's really funny when you say it can be popped because, he's a leper. So it kind of pops
That
back
is
out.
disgusting. Lothar. Oh man. You can't pop the Leper Gnome. Let him feel icky.
I guess, weapon, it's kind of powerful here.
Actually, it's broken in this position.
Next gen explosive trap hero power, GG.
Yeah. Perfect curve. I think this is going to snowball out of control.
Misha.
StrifeCro is going to have to play for the Houndmasters.
Oh, there's the Misha, that's really important. But wait, there's an explosive trap.
StrifeCro knows too much.
StrifeCro has to play Houndmaster next turn on one of those hunted creepers.
So it doesn't pop, yeah.
Does he? Wait.
Get in there and fight, maggot!
Well, you play the explosive trap, right?
Or Arcane Golem Face.
I don't like this at all.
How does he trade with this?
Well, yeah, okay, that's a good point. Yeah.
Like, how does he deal with this without using Unleash and getting a lucky...
I guess it's a Handmaster turn. Let him handle that.
Hindsight, mate, hindsight.
Then it's a Tapethic Owl. It's like, hoot, hoot.
So, Snake Trap. If you trigger Snake Trap, because you have Unleash, I guess it's okay. Like, even if you attack Arcane and it's a Snake Trap, you just go Unleash and you wipe the board completely.
Maybe you wait for the Knife Juggler? No, it kind of sucks.
Yeah,
then you give out your opponent the ability to do the same.
Yeah. I was going to say, how do you feel about just Houndmaster Web Spinner, but he didn't, he played it a bit too fast for me to ask the question. Might as well just...
I would like to see the Houndmaster Hunted Creeper more than
on the Web Spinner?
Yeah. StrifeCro is still not out of this situation. It's like 17 to 25.
You would think that he's winning, but he's actually not.
Yeah.
And that's just because of the way Face Hunter plays. Because they run no healing, having an edge of 10 health is
why
an
Mad
auto-win.
Scientist?
His hero power, I guess. He wants to curve in explosive trap.
No, you want to play for explosive trap now and hero power.
To get double explosive with Mad Scientist, maybe.
Yeah, and you get additional durability next turn, so you have faster damage.
Yeah.
And Mad Scientist will be played anyway. So I strongly disagree with that. That's my favorite sentence this
Disagree with that, yeah.
Strongly. And now the Mad Scientist sucks.
Well, it's not that bad.
Yeah, it sucks.
Okay.
It sucks because you have 6 mana, and...
But what if you, like, sacrifice it, then you quick shot Face and your hero power? Like, you're gonna win in 2 turns, right?
So what about... No, you... in this situation you have to do it like this.
Yeah.
Because you can't play the explosive trap.
If he did it the other way around, he would have gotten possibly another swing. With
And
the
a
weapon.
draw.
Mhm.
And a draw from the quick shot.
Yeah, because he could have, like, puked his hand
Now
on the
he
board.
would just puke the hand, screw the hero power, or just hero power
Right.
and quick shot next turn for additional draw and possibly additional 4 damage.
And is there gonna be a trade on the Houndmaster?
I guess so. Kinda-
Nothing else makes any sense to me.
Yeah.
But why
that-
play the creeper?
I really.
Why play the creeper? Is there a reason to play the creeper? You're just giving him incentive.
Well,
to
you
not
want
trade.
to empty the hand because of quick shot, I guess.
Oh, okay, that's why. All right, you know what? That actually makes sense. Yeah, I was a bit confused, but it does make sense at all.
Mad Scientist
In my head.
doesn't make a difference.
Yeah, StrifeCro could get lethal almost. He's got 4, 5, 8.
Well,
9,
he has
10.
to trade for the 100 creeper. There's like
wait.
another possibility here.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
So I
He
guess.
had lethal, dude. He just missed it.
Wait, what? How? How? There's an
Web spinner,
explosive
hero,
trap.
power, kill command. Oh yeah, explosive trap. Never mind me. I don't see the top of the board. I'm like, there's no question mark there. This is game. Oh no, it's not.
Exclamation mark trap.
Damn it. If you want to win, a trap. See, the Sounded Creeper did nothing.
Yeah, it emptied the hand.
Yeah, I get it.
I guess you play the Mad Scientist also.
Might
to
as well
deny the
deny
Arcan
the
Golem,
charge.
Leroy Jenkins, Wolf Riders thing.
Scumbag Wolf Rider.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you have to.
In the face!
This is, oddly enough, a close game.
It is.
Yeah, if Sjow doesn't win now, StrifeCro could take it.
Well, he has 4, 9, 10 damage possibly. 12. Bow.
That's game.
Yep.
Bow quick shot.
He trades for the web spinner.
Of course. Thank you, spectator mode. This is the kind of thing that makes you go, wait, what? And then,
Yeah,
oh,
it's like, okay, never mind.
Yeah. All right, well, that's going to be the game for Sjow. Obviously, winning his favorite matchup, Face Hunter versus mid-range. An expected outcome, I'd say, in this position. Now, again, StrifeCro still has to win with his Hunter deck. That's the last deck he has to win with. And I think Show's down. He's won with his Mage. He's won with his Hunter. He's down to his Warrior deck that we saw earlier and his Handlock.
True. So Hunter versus. Let's see what it is.
I think Handlock would be a good pick. Yeah, I was gonna say Handlock is probably a decent pick out of the two. Grim Patron is solid, but if you have to go through Conquest, get your worst matchups out of the way.
Yep.
Like since he has to go for a reverse sweep, which is interesting because StrifeCro went 2-0 and now Sjow managed to get a really good lead.
I guess
Like
British
back in.
Hunter is not a good choice in Conquest.
The what? Mid-range Hunter?
Yeah.
Yo, I don't think it's for Conquest. It doesn't feel as strong. On ladder, it's amazing. I think on ladder that deck does really well.
So it should do well in Conquest too.
The thing is, the volume of games that you have on ladder is very different. In Conquest, you have to go through 4 different decks
and 4 different
and 4
classes.
different classes exactly with the same. Whereas in metagame, sometimes on ladder, you'll find sometimes that you have a pocket of very heavy only specific deck. You build mid-range Hunter and you beat it, and then the metagame changes and you switch it out.
Yeah, well,
Whereas
maybe
on
that's
Conquest,
true.
you don't really have that opportunity.
Still, the mid-range hunter can punish handlock with clear commands. And
Yeah, they still
That's it.
can win against handlock. Anti-killbot made that a bit tougher because it's like one card, 8 health, as opposed to the Farseers and trying to scramble around with Siphon Souls. But it did. They can still get the win. It's just that if they don't get a good freezing trap, usually the Warlock can stay on the board and take the game.
Yeah. Well, but one freezing trap can make such a huge difference in this matchup.
Yeah.
Sometimes, just like
Just a really one good freezing trap is enough. Very often to turn around. Like there's a Drake trying to go in, you're out. The game.
everyone is out there.
Yeah, everyone's out of here. All right, so we're gonna see exactly how that works out. Mid-range warlock, mid-range hunter versus warlock.
Well,
I haven't seen enough of it recently. Like it used to be everyone played only mid-range, and then Face came up.
Face never went off, like I would say.
I mean, it's always been around, but it got perfected to the point where everybody switched from mid-range to Face.
Maybe.
All right, so looking at the starting hand, StrifeCro does pick up the freezing trap.
But why do he need... There's no need for the freezing trap. He needs the Mad Science.
Yeah, he needs to keep the Mad Scientist
So Mad
and
Science
throw it
and a
back.
Companion Pilot Shredder seems to be a good starting hand, I would say.
Yeah, I think the only thing that gets better is if you find an Iron Beak Owl for the Drake, perhaps. Like getting the Iron Beak Owl is a really big deal. Well, not for that player. That's not the right guy.
Oh, but look at that.
That's convenient in a handlock matchup.
Yep.
I remember the days when that was my daily play, was mid-range hunter versus handlock. There was a time where that's all you saw ever. on
Look at
ladder.
that. Sjow has third time the same opening. Ancient Watcher
With Iron
into
Beak Owl, yeah.
Iron Beak Owl.
Right.
And I guess Hunter, that's actually sick. In my opinion. But this this is the same.
It's the exact same thing.
Exact same situation. What do you want to do? And I guess you want to get the freezing trap out with the owl. That's insanely good.
Will it work though?
Well, it will. Why it shouldn't? Like there's already one freezing trap on board. Now
Yeah,
we have-
Juggler has no way to counter it. You have to just go for a Shredder play and hope that it works out.
But the owl.
The
will-
owl will just silence it off.
Yeah, and you trade with the Ancient Watcher, and that's like, oh, okay, I guess I lose.
What comes out of this Shredder?
Nothing
It does not,
comes
like
out.
if you played the owl here, like what does a StrifeCro do to counter it? Because he can't kill the 1/1. He has to play another Shredder into it, which then Dark Bomb deals with that. So I think it comes down to what the second Shredder can really handle. Because the first one's gone as far as we're concerned, I think. Unless he wants to Dark Bomb it and hope.
Yeah, Dark Bomb and Life Tap might be better.
Yeah, for the card draw you get. But, it depends on what comes out. It's just that a lot of the 3/2s out there will punish you anyway.
Bam, the trade. Oh. Okay.
That didn't quite hit the face. I'm not too sure exactly. I guess he's trying to put pressure on his opponent, but now there's going to be a bow
Second
play,
freezing
I
trap?
guess. Now, you could play Freezing Trap on the Watcher, kill the owl, but I'd rather play the bow now.
Bow, kill the Watcher, kill the Owl.
Yeah.
It's kind of.
You're taking a bit too
mana
much damage,
inefficient,
maybe.
though.
But yeah, it's not very mana efficient. So you just prefer playing the second Shredder?
What about if people just play Freezing Trap, kill the Owl, and Hero Power?
Hero Power? Okay.
Or play. I would guess Hero Power.
The thing is, I think he wants the durability from the Eagle Horn Bow to translate from the
Okay.
Freezing Trap. And that might be the reason why he's going for the mana inefficient play, for the durability efficient play.
The problem is Mortal Coil, but lucky for him, there's none. Belcher.
Yeah, on curve. The Emperor is not too bad. It's not
Yeah.
like the biggest hand for handlock, but it's got very impactful cards. Like if one mana Dark Bomb can really make a difference.
So there's no way to deal efficiently with the Belcher unless you get Leok.
Yeah, Leok would be a really big deal.
This is a really rare sentence you hear. Leok would be great here. and Leok like gets out of the bed. It's like, what?
You called for me? Or why does he have a dwarven voice? I don't know. Actually, it will also work with Huffer now, with check the juggle.
Oh yeah, right. If he hits the juggle, and he misses.
So you have to Hunter's Mark. No, don't do that. But this is really, really bad.
Oh, he has to trade.
Yeah.
Oh, this is awful.
Yeah, this is a terrible trade that he's had to make, and it doesn't even improve his board presence at all.
Hellfire.
Oh, wow.
Wait.
I think he just Dark Bomb Coil.
Yeah, Cold Dark Bomb is way better. Oh, look at that. That's game.
StrifeCro could find a high main off the top.
Hellfire. I'm surprised by that, you know? Because you have the option to cycle through your deck.
Yeah, and he didn't. Maybe he's trying to be very aggressive and use Dark Bombs for the face, trying to get an early lethal.
Yeah, okay, maybe that will work too.
Mm-hmm.
I guess you're right. Yeah.
That's the only reason I can see why he'd do what he did.
Second owl into
Hellfire number 2, obviously, right? Like
Yeah,
at this point,
Yeah.
just,
At this point, you just don't care.
just go all out.
So many possibilities.
What are the other options?
Dark Bomb again
Taurisi?
with the owl.
Really? That's the one.
Okay,
I
now
wasn't
I'm
thinking-
confused.
Yeah,
now
I wasn't thinking about that like, at all.
I'm legitimately confused.
Like it was better than before, right?
I think so, but Sjow disagrees.
So freezing trap and
Ouch. Ouch.
do you have more traps?
I don't think
Oh,
so.
he went for the for my move against life coach.
The-
He killed mid scientist and played the
trap at the
from
very
the
same
hand
time.
at the same time.
Yeah, just confusing the opponent.
Yeah.
It actually worked against.
Yeah, life coach is
Life coach.
sometimes he's easily confused.
Hey, what just happened?
It was like,
Where's the mana? Why is?
Was?
Yeah.
was passiert?
StrifeCro at a huge health deficit,
I guess that's
and the owl just seals it. It's like StrifeCro doesn't have, I don't think, any whiplash mechanic here. There's the definitive Argus.
Savannah Hyman seems to be okay, but then the
Owl,
owl.
yeah.
You have to kill the owl now.
Oh my god, with the unleash. Oh my goodness.
No,
and
no,
then
no.
kill.
With the weapon.
No, because you can't let the heal bot return.
Oh yeah, right.
So you have to just play. Oh god, this is so terrible for StrifeCro. He's one man off.
And then next turn is Dr. Boom. Yeah, seems like a good play.
Yeah, I mean this is so difficult for StrifeCro. It's not impossible, really.
Awful.
It's almost as bad as it can get. Well, tough decisions.
I spaced out. Sorry.
I just said tough decisions because this seems to me like there was no winning play, no matter what you do in this position. But maybe I'm not looking at this right. This is probably the only possible winning play, if there even is one, right?
Probably. But then there is.
Wait, you go face with Owl, Dr. Boom, double coil, your bombs win.
Oh yeah.
That seems like a really convoluted play.
I guess you play the Owl, Silence, Hellfire, double Mortal Coil.
That's the safest play, yeah.
How can you lose?
Doesn't port board presence, but the enemy's on 5 health, so how do you lose with that?
Yeah, and then you play next turn Dr. Boom, and that's it.
Yeah.
Or you just play Dr. Boom now. And you silence. Like, there's no way he can kill you at 20. So you play Dr. Boom.
And you just forget about it,
And
yeah.
forget about it. Because then he uses
You know what?
Houndmaster.
When in doubt, Dr. Boom.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I guess I play the Houndmaster to, you know, taunt up my Savannah, but you
this
have
backfire
No, there's no chance.
with Hunter's Mark Unleash.
He's so low, and you have a Hellfire in your hand, and an Owl. I guess there's no backfire here.
Famous last words.
Yeah, it's in memoriam. Damn!
Oh
Fall
my
to the
goodness.
face. Oh my damn! Everything
Okay.
went ham. Oh, okay, that's GG.
Hellfire's gonna take the game here.
Dr. Balance.
Always 5 damage to the face, getting a free kill command here as the Warlock player. No problem, just Hellfire the Hunter down.
Damn.
So StrifeCro does get equalized in this series, which forces a Warrior versus the mid-range Hunter. So that's gonna be a bit tricky, I think.
I guess I would say Warrior is favored.
I still think it is, even in mid-range Hunter. Like, I think Face Hunter is a lot easier, but mid-range is still probably slightly favored. It's a matter of how good you can make your Grim
It's
Patrons.
way slower. Like this Face Hunter is this mid-range Hunter is way slower, so you have more time to develop and like be safe.
Yeah.
Because you know there might be turns like Belcher. Okay. No damage not dealt. Five mana for no damage.
I think Freezing Trap's a big deal, though, in that matchup.
You think so? You just play
Well, with
Warsong
the goals, it
Commander.
doesn't matter, yeah.
Warsong
Crappy
Commander,
minions.
whatever, into explosive.
Warsong Commander, whatever,
Yeah, well,
into whatever, like, what you actually need to win the game.
imagine like this situation. There's a freezing trap.
Yeah.
You play Warsong Commander. You enrage your first patron, right?
Second one goes in, or the
Second
first
one goes
yeah.
back, and then next one. You can even like whirlwind afterwards. So you have 4 patrons.
Yeah,
one
with the
goes
Grim
back,
Patrons, it's actually very easy.
and it's like
I think
Think,
high main
uh,
is still a problem, but that's always the case with Warriors, so we'll have to
Yeah,
see
well,
if...
yeah.
but as you said, the hyenas, they're 2/2s. That's an issue.
even if there will be like a freezing trap for your floating berserker, you can play Warsong Commander into Armor Smith, an example.
Yeah.
Bounce back the Armor Smith. That's only 5 mana to do this play, and your floating berserker is still safe on board, and
Yeah.
it might actually be threatening lethal, an example.
Well, whenever you have frothing on the board, though, the hunter has to go out of his way to take it out.
Yeah.
Like anyone has, actually, at this point. It's just kind of a weird dynamic the way Grim Patron works, because the metagame's not quite been mapped out. And mid-range hunter is definitely the matchup I think I've seen the least against Grim Patron.
I guess.
By a long
Yeah.
shot for me.
Yeah. I think I can say the same.
I've seen more, what was it called? There was a deck you were unfamiliar with that was played with against Grim Patron earlier. Was it Priest? I think you hadn't seen much of it, and it's basically an auto win for Grim. Or Freeze Mage versus Grim Patron as well.
Mhm,
Freeze Mage has a
mhm.
tough time versus Grim Patron.
Yeah. Well, that's a good curve for StrifeCro. Webspin into Mad Scientist into Bow seems like an okay.
Yeah, for
Draw.
I think it doesn't get much better than this. And Sjow is playing the Inner Rages. You know, we did see a lot of players not play that. In
I
their
love the
Grim Patron
Inner
deck.
Rages. It's a really great card.
Yeah, I think it's too versatile and too strong not to play in this deck.
Yeah. And I always say the same. If a card yields 0 in the upper left corner, it's really good.
Okay, so like Wisp is just the craziest.
We might come to a point
where it's broken.
in the game when the Wisp will be broken.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we'll get to that point.
Yeah.
Hobgoblin wasn't quite the whole story.
Yeah, it's
There's
Hobgoblin
gonna
is
be a
not
point,
not
yeah.
the engine you're looking for.
Yeah,
It's like something different, something combo
oriented. That's
oriented
just, like,
and Wisp will be the catalyst for
like
that.
think of an Edwin, but a crazy one. Like draw a card for each card you play this turn or whatever.
Yeah,
Like
yeah. Something similar to like Buzzard, let's
Yeah.
say.
yeah, I could imagine that.
There's the Grim Patron and Floating Berserker already in hand.
These are the pieces of the combo that Sjow needs to win, and I think because he's got double Inner Rage, this could just be a straight up near OTK if it's set up properly.
I think
But
he
there's a
doesn't want
lot
to go
of
OTK.
pressure on
So
StrifeCro.
what about this? You play now the Acolyte, right? And
Bob the
10-5, 10-5 you go Patron, Inner Rage, kill the Pelted Shredder. Oh wait, no, never mind.
Yeah, I don't think you can afford waiting because the Freezing Trap is going to deny a lot of the things you want to do.
Oh,
That's not an issue for Sjow, but it might have been one.
well now the Parrot.
Captain's Parrot is
Captain's
worse than
Parrot
it
is-
was. I can't even believe this is possible.
I think that's the worst creature in the game.
4 mana 1/1 that does nothing.
It's an epic. Epic!
Wow, I don't think I've ever seen such a bad card.
Put this apple on your head.
And it doesn't even matter remotely for the warrior player.
Yeah.
Now this is just a whole irrelevancy.
Second Acolyte, that doesn't help you at all.
Yeah. And look at the damage that StrifeCro is putting out.
Okay.
I'm starting to feel
Almost,
like maybe we were mistaken about this specific lineup.
Maybe. I'm not saying I'm not. Like.
Yeah, no, I'm starting to think we both are, because I was favoring the warrior a bit, but I think it might suffer from the same weakness that mid-range
Still,
has.
look at the amount of armor coming out next turn.
Right,
be
that,
a
yeah,
lot.
you're right. That
will
could
be a
make
lot.
a big difference.
You play Armor Smith. No, wait, it's 1 mana short. Never mind.
Yeah,
But
you're 1 mana short of doing this. This is not a good play.
So I guess you're kinda. I wanted to say the bad word, but
The what?
never mind.
Over 800 damage?
It might be the case. I think you have to go to Acolyte, Armor Smith, kill
Okay.
the.
Hymen?
No.
You have to kill the Weblord and take the Hymen damage. I think you just have to go all in on Grim Patron and hope it works out.
Kinda.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything else you can do that's going to win the
But
game ever.
you wait with the attack, right? You
What?
want to get the Armor Smith next turn with Whirlwind.
But you need
attack-
to get 6 patrons.
Oh yeah, right. Never mind.
As bad as it might look.
So now, if Sjow top decks Unleash the Hounds,
Good game, yeah. Actually, Kill Command might seal it right now. It's a good game with Kill Command.
yeah, it's a game. Never mind. Yeah.
Doesn't need
I'm
Unleash.
tired, man. It's what time is it?
I don't know what time it is. It's about like 2:30 a.m. or something.
And Life Coach and Colento has to play. It's still the grand finals.
Yeah, we're still waiting on Life Coach and Colento after this match. Now, StrifeCro is going to take the match.